Yeah, you ready, Saber? We're going to transfer the magic circuits to you. Yes, if that is your decision, Master. I hear neither affirmation nor denial in her voice. But her eyes seem filled with regrets. I guess Tasaka's going to prepare us for the transplant. I don't know the procedure, so I just have to leave it all to Tasaka. We'll start with Saber. Shira, keep your magic circuits on and just try to keep your mind clear. I close my eyes and switch over the artificial nerve in my body. Thanks to Tasaka's instructions, I've been able to turn my circuits on and off effortlessly. A red flower entangles the white flower. Tasaka climbs up to straddle Saber, who lies still. Then she begins to run her fingers freely along the curves of Saber's slender form. Tasaka, what are you doing to Saber? What do you mean? I'm doing this to help Saber relax. Won't have as good a chance of success if Saber can't relax. Oh, okay. Sorry. Continue. Okay. Now let's get your clothes off, Saber. What? 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 Quit reacting to everything I do. We just need to take some of our clothes off. Translating magic circuits is a mingling of body and mind. We need to make sure you make as much contact with as little obstruction as possible. Tasaka is completely calm about this. Saber and I are the only two who are flustered about this, as Tasaka begins undoing Saber's collar. Please wait, friend. I can at least do that. You can hardly lift your arms, so quit trying to act tough. Nasamiya, do you want to take Saber's clothes off since you're her master? You! I'd call her a fool, but I snapped my mouth shut. All jokes aside, I'm not suited to a task like that. If I had to do it, I wouldn't be able to maintain my composure. Sorry, I'm leaving everything to you. Trust the experts. You're the professional here. Oh, good. So you know you'll need to strip too. Just a shirt, though. I'll kill you if you even think about taking off your pants. I can't tell if she's joking or being serious. It seems like I need to strip to connect with Saber, though. Shiro, if I may ask, please turn away for a moment. Oh, got it! Tell me when you're ready. I turn away and fold the shirt I was wearing. I try to distract myself and hide how nervous I am by folding the shirt up neatly, sleeves and all. Are you okay, Saber? Yes, I feel much better. However, I need to calm down. I try to get my fear under control as I find myself dreading how painful and difficult the magic circuit transplant will be, and how it might fail. This is just a step along the path. I should be more worried about the fight with Berserker that comes after this. You can turn around, Shiro. Okay. I forget to breathe. I've seen her bare skin before, but I've never seen Saber like I'm seeing her now, as she lies in bed. It must be all this tension in the air. It's not just me, Saber's acting weird too. She acted normal when I saw her bare skin before. Over here, Shiro. Get up here and get on top of Saber. It's like someone else is controlling my body. I'm walking towards the bed, but it doesn't seem real to me. Saber, I'll handle things until the sympathizing step. Have you take over after that, but make sure not to take too much. The less you take, the less the burden on Shiro will be. Understood. Please go ahead, Rin. I have no idea what they're saying. I guess at least Saber understands what's going on, too. So that makes two of us. Right now, it's all I can do to breathe. We get even closer. We're so close our skin is almost touching. I feel Saber's weak breath on me. I support my weight on my hands, my body so close to hers. Auftrag wird ersetzt. Das dritte Element weird. Okay, that is a lot of German. I don't speak German. The chant begins. I try to focus my consciousness on what's happening to clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber. Whatever the heck that means. Sie fliegen hoch, schnell weit zu morgen. Neiserik Schwan. I only see Saber's face. She's already in a meditative state. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I reluctantly close my eyes. Whoa. Es gibt nicht, ist na uns in die Vergangenheit. Nein, vorher taktin. My senses begin to fade. It's the same floating sensation as when I create my magic circuits every night. The feeling of my ego, my mind leaving my body. This time, though, it's running in reverse. Normally, I feel that sensation coming from my back, but right now, my consciousness is escaping from my chest. The five senses are functions associated with the physical body. Though when my consciousness leaves my body, I lose my sense of hearing. But my ears are more sensitive to Saber's breathing. Her slow, steady breathing begins to speed up. I hear the heart pounding in my chest. Blood rushes through my veins. I leave the vessel known as Shiramiya and slide into her body. Wait, so, like, POV, I am the magic circuits? My consciousness sinks deeper into her. Myself swirls and converges, invading her as a solid crystal. Pulsing, hot breath. Our hearts, not our bodies, touch. Her voice rings out like a bell. And in response, my essence escapes my physical body. My senses are transformed. I have no hands, no legs, no self, but I continue on in this bare state. Time seems to flow backward. Instead of flying, I feel as if I'm being left behind. I accelerate. The body, persona, order, law. I become an arrow, shattering every barrier around me, destroying the boundaries that separate one person from another. Sparks race along the circuit. I freeze in the ecstasy of reaching the speed of light. Whoa. They say a person's life flashes by in a single instant. The flashbacks are cruel. Every instant passes by in the blink of an eye. I can't look at it directly, so I find myself going emotionally numb. So this is a mental journey. What am I looking at right there? I'm reminded just how comforting our physical bodies, our anchors, can be. I visualize the foundation of CMeeCraft. The human operation is quantified. Hundreds of institutions, millions of joints form a circle. The endless complex patterns are in fact just a highway formed by simple repetition, all heading into the vastness of the future. It's like a vehicle of some kind heading toward a darkened city of light. Here, in the present, my thoughts pass at the speed of light. Whoa. This is like some quantum mechanics stuff. Eternity passes in an instant. I pass through the last boundary. I break through, and I am inside her. I see a glimpse of Altria's magic circuits, not my own. The changes are extreme. The speed and light of the world vanish all at once. Here it is dark, here it is heavy. The pressure of it pushes against my bodiless form. The air is so thick I may as well be underwater. My body sinks, feeling only the agony of being clamped in a vice. The path is deep and I can't see the bottom. I feel myself fall through the thick twilight, plummeting deeper into an even denser darkness. It seems impossible that just a moment ago I traveled 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Now even going a single mile seems like it would be an arduous eternal journey. I feel neither light nor hope. Are these really Saber's magic circuits? They're completely different from mine. The shape of the circuits, the number of pathways, all that differs from person to person, but this is unlike anything else. This isn't a matter of scale or ability. Saber's magic circuits are fundamentally different than a mage's. The path rumbles. Every time it does, my tiny self nearly shatters. I don't know what Saber's magic circuits are like, but I can tell the sympathizing MageCraft is functioning properly. This is not a failure. The dark, heavy pressure of this place doesn't seem like Saber, but it's also not an impure place. It's brimming with life. The flowing air is blood and a swirl of magical energy. I realize I've forgotten to breathe. I haven't needed to. Sinking is painful, but it's not life-threatening. I look up into the darkness I've sunken into, but I seem to be past the point of no return. I can't see anything in this darkness. I'm submerging gradually, but the distance ahead is infinite. The air grows even heavier. My rate of descent slows yet again. I squint into the darkness. The seemingly endless road does not have an end. Or it does have an end, rather. I feel the heat of Saber's body. I feel her every breath so close. The final destination. I reach the source of Saber's magic circuits, the center of her mental world. But what I see is beyond my capacity to understand. It's the core of a star. I've reached the embodiment of some impossible scorching heat, breathing from the depths of the earth. Whoa. The fire-red surface swirls, and then there's a splash like stagnant mud. At the bottom, there lurks a giant shadow. Its fiery eyes fix on the tiny intruder. Whether its master gave the intruder permission to enter or not, it is still a foreign invader. In the face of this core, my own consciousness is barely a mote of dust to disturb its function, or a piece of wood to feed its fire. I gulp, even though I have no throat to swallow with. I take in the entire scene. These are Saber's magic circuits. A heat beyond anything human, so different from ours, which we imagine as lines and circuits. This is a reactor core. If a mage's body is a machine for creating magical energy, then what I am seeing now is an entire factory. But the core isn't active. The key that should activate the core, the spark of power to bring the whole thing to life, has been cut off. Despite the overwhelming ability this core has to produce massive amounts of magical energy, it lacks the initial charge to activate itself. It floats overhead, a stagnant sea of fuel. No matter how much undiluted magical energy fills this endless space, it's useless. It needs to ignite. Even a tiny spark could do the trick. So long as the pathway for magical energy is connected, the core will roar back to life. And to do that, something beyond human knowledge awakens. Pathways running over the lake of magical energy begin to swirl. Red air explodes upwards in a raging pillar. Is this what it is like to stand in a thundercloud? Is that bad? Am I being attacked by... it's like a dragon. So intense is the roar of the raging waves that I don't even properly hear it. In the same way, something too massive can't be properly seen, the roar is its own kind of silence to me. What appears at the heart of that blazing core is the embodiment of every threat mankind carries in their hearts. Huh. Do I need to do battle with this thing, or... It has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britain. Phantasmal blood runs in their human veins, the child of a sacred star. A dragon. A ruler, the symbol of so many phantasmal species, objects of both awe and fear. The pinnacle of all beasts, appearing at times as a demon, at times a god. This is what lies in Saber's subconscious. In other words, its otherworldly form suits the servant, said to be the best. The cauldron opens. Vicious fangs are all I see. There can be no resistance. Humans, which pale significance before this, could never defend against it. No human intelligence could ever conceive of a way to escape. I've been eaten. Oh. It must be famished. It devours its prey, which would normally seem as inconsequential as motes of dust, with its bloodshot eyes. And I am at a complete loss for words. I wonder, why do we not eat living meals? It's obvious. We cannot bear to see our food alive. We prefer fresh food, but rarely do we eat anything alive because we feel it's cruel for our food to suffer. In other words, killing the meat we consume before we eat it is our way of preserving its dignity. A scream of rage tears its way from my throat. I forget who I am and roar like a beast. I try to appeal to the beast. The hatred builds within me. My only resistance is bearing my emotions. I beg for mercy like a crucified sinner as I am ground to meal. My consciousness grows hazy, muddled. Every purpose and meaning in my life falls away. Any hope of retaining my sanity is as long gone as creation itself. The pain, the pressure, they're far, far too much. And then, when I came to see it only as a monster, even once I'd learned of this hell, I believed I could endure it. The image of Saber, her head hanging low, comes back to me. I recall the meaning of this pain. That meaning drives me forward. It is a literal, painful reminder of what I came here to do. I draw in a deep breath and let go of my resistance. It's not the dragon's fangs I should be fighting, but the pain twisting through me. I'm not here to run from the pain. I'm here to save her pain, to live up to the trust she's placed in me, time and time again. And so, I'm here to give her the best thing that I, who has no hope of fighting, can give. The pain is indescribable. I can't reach out to my ground-down consciousness. I hone my awareness like a blade silently as if I were asleep. Here, eternity is but an instant. As long as I can endure this pain, even for an instant, my consciousness will remain. Alright then. I won't let myself feel an ounce of fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, who will be the one to fight. Okay. That's good, probably. The pain instantly fades. The red dragon is gone, and my consciousness gradually floats back to the surface. Am I weightless because I lost something? As if I'm floating back up to the water's surface, I feel myself begin rising up above the reactor. But wait, there's something I want to check before. Ah. It's so warm. A dull throbbing hum issues from the reactor as it burns with golden lights. The elaborate magic circuits shine with a rainbow hue and begin their circulation. The fire is lit. It may be an untrained, or I may be an untrained amateur of a mage, but today I've filled my role as her lord. I surrender my body to the wind and float upward. I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword, and a figure standing in a grassy field as it dances in the wind. Which one did I find reminiscent? Oh, that's an achievement, apparently. I feel sunlight on my eyelids and slowly open them. Dazed and confused, I check over my own body. My arms and legs are fine. I don't see any wounds. Maybe the pain faded the moment I was able to endure it? My physical wounds and even the mental scars seem to have been healed. Shiro? I hear a weak voice from under me. Huh? The feeling of her soft skin immediately makes me realize who's speaking and the position we're in. Ah! Ouch! Saber is lying on the bed with her blouse in disarray, while Tasaka is sleeping, cradling her knees to her chest. Tasaka may be fine, but Saber's been under me like this the whole time. Morning, Saber. Yes. Good morning, Shiro. We exchange awkward pleasantries. Saber slowly gets up and rearranges her blouse. Crap, we're so embarrassed we can't look at each other in the eye. You can already get up, Saber? Yes, I can receive your supply of magical energy now. She seems to be back to her normal self. When I carried her here last night, she was so weak it seemed she might disappear at any moment. But that weakness is gone now. I see. That's a relief. So the magic circuit transplant worked? Yes, so, would you just put your clothes on, Shiro? I don't know why, but it's difficult speaking to you this way. I looked down at myself. Oh, right, yeah, you're right. I hastily reached for my neatly folded shirt. That was nice of Chisaka to fold it up like that. Wait, no, I did that! Why did I fold it up so tight? I vividly recall last night's ritual. I connected with Saber, and Chisaka translated my magic circuits deep within Saber. Saber looks like she's back to normal, but what happened to me? Chisaka warned that my body and mind may not be able to handle the loss of magic circuits, but I don't feel much damage, nor any huge sense of loss. Oh, maybe my healing! My passive healing ability might have saved me there. I was a little scared, but I checked on my magic circuits myself. The idea of seeing for myself just how much I've lost is terrifying, but heading into battle against Berserker, I need to understand my own condition. Huh? I don't have to explain it. The overall function of my magic circuits feels sluggish, but there doesn't seem to be any obvious damage. I was chewed to pieces, but my magic circuits are still intact. Looks like I'll still be able to do my strengthening MageCraft. I see. So that means... I assume the magic circuits I rarely use were the ones Tosaka took. I only activate at 1 to 4 circuits when I do strengthening, since I can't do large-scale MageCraft anyway. I've never fully activated all my circuits. So if you translate the circuits I don't use to Saber. I close my eyes to assess my situation. It seems this won't affect my strengthening MageCraft. But the sluggishness, like I'm wading through water, is because my capacity for MageCraft has decreased. In exchange, though, I feel that I'm connected to something important deep inside myself. I can't tell exactly where it's coming from, but there's a faint line that connects me and Saber. I've gained something truly important in exchange for my lost circuits. I must apologize, Shiro. Saber speaks up from somewhere behind me. I did my best to take as few of your circuits as possible. But even in that bare minimum was too much to take from any one person. I have left a scar on you that will never fade, and I cannot apologize enough for that. Hey, if it's that or dying... It's my failure. If only I were stronger, more disciplined, I would not have... That's not true. You have nothing to apologize for, Saber. It was me who botched summoning you in the first place, for starters. This all happened because I couldn't supply you with magical energy in the first place. That's solved now, though. Now I can give you the magical energy you need without a problem. Yep, now I can finally proudly say that I am Saber's master. But Shiro, don't worry about my magic circuits. I didn't use them all anyway. I even feel better without them, actually. Saber's expression remains clouded. Crap, I never know what to say at times like this. Saber's recovered, and I survived even after the loss of some of my magic circuits. Saber's magic circuits, the dream of light and wind, and Saber in her youth, and on top of all that, we spent the night touching skin to skin. Calm down, calm down. That was a ritual for our survival. I need to calm my mind. If I don't focus, I can mess up during battle. The sleepy rhythm of Tasaka's breathing halts as she grunts. Looks like Tasaka's awake too. Good morning, Grin. Yo, morning, Tasaka. I see Tasaka's hair shift, then her head tilts up. She's not a morning person at all, and doesn't look her usual sharp self at all. Thanks, Tasaka. It worked. Yes, he is able to spy with magical energy now. But in exchange, Shira has... No, I only lost about 30%, so don't worry. I can make do with what I still have. 30%? Everything I could to minimize what I took, but I still took 30%? I cannot believe my own greed. Greedy, you say? I know you're hungry, but I wish you had a little better manners. Tasaka joining us helps dispel the awkwardness between Saber and me. Now we're back to normal. Is that so? Then let's get going. Tasaka yawns and gets to her feet. It's almost time for the battle. Somewhere in that forest, Berserker and Iliasville awaits. If we don't defeat that hurricane of death, everything we did last night was for nothing. The connection that was created between me and Saber deep in our hearts. To protect what we created, we'll have to defeat the most powerful enemy of all. Interlude. Is this going to be Archer POV? Interludes are generally short, so we'll probably go to the end of this interlude, and then I really probably have to go. Their battle comes to an end. The two fought fiercely, and it ended with the disappearance of the Red Knight. Now a shadow of its former glory, the reception room is in ruins. The floors are cracked and broken. Many of its walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed, and broken marble scattered across the floor. There's hardly a trace of the reception room's original form. Some might even say time itself has been stolen from this space. After such vast destruction, the scene bears no resemblance to what it was just 2 hours ago. A sculpture, well suited to such destruction, stands in the middle of it all. Standing over 2 meters tall, it bears the crude likeness of a man, as if roughly hacked out of stone. It hardly bears mentioning. This is Iliasville's servant, Berserker. The giant doesn't move. Its entire body is splattered with red, with several holes torn through it. A single inch of the giant's body isn't wounded. 1, both legs appear to be on the verge of collapse. 2, a massive gash on the neck. 3, arms practically hanging off the elbows. 4, something has pierced it from shoulder to groin. 5, blood gushes from its chest. 6, its belly is torn open. Berserker is not moving. He will. It's clearly a corpse. The battle itself lasted less than an hour. The result, unexpected. Berserker's master is beside herself. She should be picking off what remained of her prey, but instead, she just stands there staring at the devastation. I don't believe this. Who was that guy? Her voice is a low mumble now. The battle came as a humiliation to her. Her servant is the most powerful. Among all heroic spirits, maybe 1 or 2 could compete with Heracles, the most renowned hero of all time. And yet, some unknown archer defeated him. The Red Knight fought on equal ground with Berserker, and in the end, even killed Berserker, which nobody else had even thought possible. And for that, he can never be forgiven. To Ilya, it is as if she's just been stabbed in the heart by a passing insect. She prided herself on being the strongest master. For her to lose to the sword she should have so casually trampled must be unthinkable. This is so frustrating. I can't believe you let him beat you 6 times. You weren't going easy on him, were you, Berserker? The statue doesn't answer. It has neither the time nor the need to do so. Berserker stands still, focusing on healing himself. Okay, so he's not dead. Even for him, this was an unusual battle. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. So long as the attack is not of the highest possible class, it won't so much as scratch him. As such, he rarely sustains any wound. In his own time, none could harm him after he attained greatness. But here, now, he's been hurt 6 times. The archer delivered 6 fatal blows. Each of his attacks was of a different sort. That is because even the strongest attacks won't work twice on Berserker. Strange as this battle was, the most truly bizarre part was, if Archer was a hero with so many different abilities, his identity should have been obvious. But even after his body was pulverized, Archer's identity remained a mystery. What was really surprising was how he carried himself, in a way that seemed contradictory as a servant. A faint light flickers in the pupils of Berserker's eyes. Were Berserker a normal, rational servant, he would probably feel pretty bad about how this battle went. Whatever his identity might have been, Archer was a rare and formidable adversary. If only Berserker's sanity hadn't been taken from him, he would have fought to his heart's content, and maybe even enjoyed himself. I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive them. How dare they insult me like this? Ilya's voice echoes in the shattered hall. Whatever tiny embers of rationality might have been returning to him are immediately snuffed out by her voice. He's just Berserker now. His role is to overwhelm and annihilate his master's enemies. Have you healed, Berserker? Berserker doesn't need to answer. As long as the wound doesn't kill him, he'll heal in moments. But to completely recover from this would take as much as 3 days. Can't wait that long! Fine, we're killing them now! The giant silently objects. It's almost instinctive. At least when it comes to a fight, Berserker has instincts similar to Saber's. He can certainly destroy his enemies easily enough. But if Saber has recovered enough that she can use her noble phantasm, that'll be a different story. Berserker will not fall to a mere sacred sword, but there's always that small chance of something going wrong. His instincts tell him that he should be completely prepared before facing the servant. What? 5 lives should be plenty. There's no enemy to worry about, even without your god hand. Or what, are you going to let them get away, even after they made a fool of us, Berserker? That's what you're saying? Nobody's going to escape my forest. Yep, I'm leaving Rin and Saber to you. You can kill them, toy with them, whatever you want. Ilya hops down from the stairs. She walks through the rubble to the exit without a moment's concern for Berserker, bloodied as he is. But suddenly, she stops as if remembering something. Come, let's begin our hunt, Berserker. But you can't kill Saber's master so easily. I'm going to make sure Shiro dies the worst way imaginable. Ilya heads out of the castle, giggling happily. The sun is about to rise. Alia knows the forest like the back of her hand. She won't have any trouble finding her prey, even if they try to hide. Her targets have only minutes to live.